Good Saturday morning to you. Yes, no yard sales. It's too cold. It's exactly 50 degrees out here now. It was about 40 when I got up. Although I didn't really look at the thermometer. I just went right out to the car, but I estimated it to be about 40. I'm getting sick and tired of trying to find the right kind of wax for the radio cabinet. I'm not going to spend big money on Nuvis 5 and all that stuff for one job. I'm just not going to do that. I got the Brasso, as you can see, on the top of the cabinet. And it says nothing about plastic, or let alone Bakelite. But that's what people have been using. But I looked at the instructions very carefully under good magnification because it's very fine print. And there is nothing about plastic. Brass, copper, stainless, chrome, aluminum, pewter, and bronze. Nothing at all about this, but I'm going to use it. And there was a YouTube video, as I mentioned in my flapping video, that guy did his Bakelite radio cabinet just using this, and it came out pretty good. That's what I'm going to use. I went looking around in AutoZone today. I went looking around in Harbor Freight today. These places have wax, but you got to buy a $12 bottle for something that I'm only going to use one time, you know. And I'm not complaining about spending the money on it, but if I'm only using it for one little project, it's going to get wasted. So we're not going to do that. We're going to use this. And it really doesn't tell you how to use it. You just work it in, and it doesn't say rinse it off. It doesn't say anything. So it's telling you to, on a clean cloth. Well, I've got shop towels here. So let's do the top. It says shake well. So we already did this, but we're going to shake it a little bit more here. Now, if this dulls it more, what I'm going to do is, I've got a bottle of Old English dark polish that looks like the old-fashioned shoe polish, and I'm going to just put it on there. That's what I used to use years ago on Bakelite radios. Just do the top. I'm not really sure how much rubbing you're supposed to do, but maybe it'll shine up. I've been putting this project off for quite a while, and yes, I could have ordered it and had it by now if I wanted to go online, but I just don't know what to get. There's so many things people are using, and I'm not using 3 or 4 different things on this, you know. Didn't shine it up at all. It's just as dull as ever. Just as dull as ever. Maybe you're supposed to use a little water with it. So let's try some water. Okay, I've got to just wet the towel a little bit here. It looks just as bad. It looks good when you put the water on. It shines right up. So let's try a little bit of this. With the water. Maybe that's what I gotta do. I think that cleaner ruined the finish on this. still coming off with green. That same green that, so this stuff is coming off of this cabinet. So you know what I'm going to do with this? I'm going to finish with the Brasso, and I'm going to go in and get my Old English. Years ago, back in the 60s, I had I think it was a Philco, but not sure, a Hippo, what they call a Hippo radio. It was my sister's. And I used to use Old English on that. It looked beautiful. But as it dries off, you know, it looks bad again. But when you first put it on, it looks beautiful. And that's what I'm going to put on this. I've got a bottle of Old English in the house that I don't think I've ever used. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, a tiny bit better. So, let's see the green coming out. You may not notice it there. I really don't know what you're supposed to do with this stuff. Am I putting too much on? I don't know. This is not my field. What is my field, you might say? Tinkering. Tinkering is what my field is. Yes. Maybe I should just leave it on a little longer. I don't know what I'm doing. Do you know what I'm doing? I don't. I'm getting tired of, you know, having this thing sit here and not doing anything with it. It's my own fault, but I can't see spending $12 for a bottle, at least $12 for a large container, of whether it come in a, you know, plastic bottle or whether it's in a can of car wax, that I'm only going to do this one little thing. And this is what my grievance is, you know? Let me get some water on this. Chilly out here today. And it's a real heavy flannel shirt I have on. I just stick it on when I go out when it's cold. I think I'll just rinse this off with water. I'm gonna close it out there. Dry it up good. See what it looks like. You know, like I showed on the bottle, it says nothing about plastic on that. I'm only going by what people tell me. Hit it with a I've always used the Old English. That was always the best. I used to use that on all furniture back in the 60s. My mom used it. I used it. Had mahogany dressers, long gone now. Used to use it on that. All dark furniture, you know. Pretty dull looking. I want to make this video. I don't know why I'm making videos. I'm not getting very many responses on any of the videos, even Tommy's singing video. Yeah, I know I shouldn't complain because I complain when there's too many comments and I'm getting behind on them. Now I'm complaining I'm only getting 3 or 4 comments from each video. I don't know. You know, I'm thinking seriously of stop making videos for a while. I'm very seriously considering that because I think it's getting old. It's getting very old. You know, people don't want to always listen to flapping videos. They did in the beginning. They don't always want to see tube testing videos or what I got at yard sales or electronic videos. You know, people just don't want to. They probably get tired of it, you know, and I can't blame them, you know. There are channels out there that have very entertaining videos and good videos, and mine isn't one of them. I try to share my experiences, you know. Let me take this over to the faucet and rinse this off. It looks beautiful wet. It really does. And this is what it'll look like when I put the Old English on it. So that's what I'm going to do. Because I'm getting, I got to get that radio off the bench. And you know, you can't go working like this on the cabinet with a radio in it, you know. So, that's what I'm going to do. Dry this up really, really good though before I put the Old English on it. If you never used the Old English, you'll be amazed at what it can make a cabinet look. It's only good for dark. Well, they used to sell the lemon, it's like lemon oil too. We used to use that on the lighter finishes, but our furniture was always on the dark side. Of course, it depends on what we got because we were poor when we grew up, and you know, we got the furniture wherever we could get it, yard sale or used furniture store. You know, and you can't always get a dark piece of furniture, you know. So let me stop this video now because what I'm going to do here is dry this off thoroughly, and then I'll get the Old English. Old English scratch cover for dark wood. This is what we used to use. This is an old bottle. I can't even read that little yellow tag there. Not what I don't have my magnifier with me, as usual. Let's get you down here where you can see it. Yeah. Alright. Make sure we're recording. Yep. Alright. So I haven't used this stuff since the 60s. I don't mean this bottle, but does that make that shine? I've been saying all along the good Old English is what it's called. Is the best. Now I'm sure if I found the right kind of wax for this, I could probably get it to shine too. But for now, this will do. It's a little messy on your hands. It might be soaking in. Maybe I gotta put a little more on there. Yeah, that's what it's doing. Boy, is this turning out beautiful. I don't know if on the camera here it's really showing. Getting into these places here, it's a little hard to do. I'm really surprised nobody has ever did this, because, you know, it really brings out the cabinet. And you have to, you know, reapply it in time, because it does rub off. You know, it's an oil, I guess. Used to use this all the time, like I say. That's beautiful. Let me try to get you a little closer here. Isn't that beautiful, huh? Unfortunately, it's only temporary. But what I'm going to do is, I got a little cardboard box that I keep this in the shop, and I'm going to leave it in there and just see what it looks like in a few days. And I couldn't get all in these grooves here. Like I say, I'm no good at this kind of stuff. It's a talent, and I don't have that. I think a lot of it is patience. I hate waxing. I always did. Years and years ago, I had a car that I did try to wax. It was too much work. It's like sanding. I have no patience with it. I just get it done quick and get it out of the way. You know? But on the inside, we don't really need to worry too much about. But it sure brought out and said, break it up. So clumsy, I'm telling you. Alright, you can see like almost like a wood grain in there. But you can see it's got a shine to it now. I couldn't get a shine with the Brasso. So I couldn't do it like that one video I was watching there. You know? I can get in there. This. It's the best I can do. Just hit it lightly here. off some of the excess. Okay, that's the best I can do. Now that I tried Brasso on it, and that didn't seem to do all that much. It did a little bit, but it took off more of the whatever this green stuff is that keeps coming out. If you remember when I did this cabinet before, when I first got it, I used that very strong cleaner that I used for my siding, which my neighbor gave me. It's an industrial cleaner. Used it full strength on this, and it took all the like a green stuff that kept appearing on the rag. Well, when I used the Brasso, which is what this rag contains, it pulled out more green stuff. So whatever, maybe this will rejuvenate it. I don't know. Personally, I don't think wax is going to rejuvenate the cabinet. It might give a little shine, but I don't know. But that's it, folks. Good old English scratch cover for dark wood. Liquid. It's like the old-fashioned shoe polish we used to use years ago on our shoes. Thanks for watching. Have a good day, everybody.